Welcome back to the 100 spin test. In today's episode, number 80, we continue our dive into the murky waters of roulette strategies, where promises of guaranteed wins often crash faster than a drunk dude trying to ride a bike. Ever wondered if these so-called foolproof strategies can withstand the chaos of real-world distractions and cognitive biases? Well, you're in the right place. Let's see what happens. Today's test is from October 21, 2024, YouTube short published by StackedOdds888 called Slow Roller. It's a mashup of an outside bet on black and the red snake. I'm not feeling terribly comfortable with this bet. There is just too much coverage, so a whack is next to impossible to recover from. The creator used an American wheel, so we will too. There are 30 winning numbers out of a possible 38, so there is a 78.9% likelihood of winning on each spin. The presence of the zeros allows the casino to double play 5.3% of each bet in aggregate, so our expected loss is 158 units. For analysis and scaling, I've reduced the unit size to 1 simoleon. Place 18 units on black, and 1 unit each on 1, 5, 9, 12, 14, 16, 19, 23, 27, 30, 32, and 34 straight up. You will win 6 units if the ball lands in 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35, and you will lose your 30 units if you hit 0, 00, 3, 7, 18, 21, 25, and 36. As always, the animated graph below shows the progress of the strategy as misplayed and gives an idea of how volatile the bet is. There is also a table below showing the payouts and losses for this bet. A link to Jack Ace's bet analyzer that contains much more information for this bet can be found in the description.
Now let's speed things up and watch the progress. I'll be back at the end to summarize.
I calculated the usual statistics. The average number of spins before we got a hit was 1.2 with a standard deviation of 0.5. That means it took a little more than 2 spins to get a win 65% of the time and 3 spins to get a win 95% of the time. There were 3 repeaters, 4, 5, and 20 each repeated once. The hot numbers were 20 with 8 hits, and 12, and 15 with 6 hits each. The cold numbers were 1 and 13, with no hits each, and 3, 6, 11, 14, 16, 23, 29, and 30, with 1 hit each. We had one streak of 16 wins in a row, one streak of 15, one of 9, one of 7, one of 6, one of 5, one of 4, 3 of 3, and 5 streaks of 2 consecutive wins. We also had one streak of 3 losses in a row, and 2 streaks of 2 consecutive losses. We were in profit for 27% of the test. Let's look at our rankings. We find Slow Roller at 66th out of 98 on raw winnings or losses, and 52nd on percent increased or decreased. Keep in mind that casinos don't exist to make you rich. In fact, they exist to drain from your wallet whatever you allow them to take. Never take gambling advice at face value. Test any strategy that you plan to play on a free online game and read as many critiques about the strategy that you can find. A creator who won't tolerate questions or criticism is a bright red flag, and you aren't a hater for being cynical or by simply questioning their methodology. Some strategies only work for a limited time and the remainder don't work at all. Adjust your risk and loss tolerance accordingly and be cautious with regard to the advice that you accept.
Now let's speed things up and watch the progress. I'll be back at the end to summarize.